I love to go to people's studios because it's so much fun to kind of see them in the place that they make things. It gives you a whole different viewpoint. And so welcome to my studio. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background because I always think that that's the most fun. I was raised an Army brat. We traveled all over the world. I thought that was how everybody lived. I mean, my first 12 years, we moved 15 times. I just thought that was ordinary. And my parents, they really believed in education, but not normal education. They wanted us to hunger for knowledge, to really be strong about it, but not go to Harvard or Yale. They just wanted us to really be interested in everything. So they took us everywhere. To anything that was going on, we were there. So in Hawaii, one of my favorite things was there was a beached whale on Waikiki, and my mom, she went and got us all out of school. Well, the nuns were so unpleased with this, let me tell you. But we spent the day there. We had lunch, and the whale was huge. It was the biggest animal I had ever seen, and it had scars all over it. And my mom said, pick a scar and then tell a story about that scar. You know, make it up and just make up everything that happens at the bottom of the ocean. And she said, we'll tell these stories at dinner. Draw, you know, pictures about his life at the bottom of the ocean. And I was like really perplexed because I said to my mom, I know nothing about his life at the bottom of the ocean. And she said, yes, you do. You snorkel, you see what the bottom of the ocean is. Now make something up, be creative. And I was like, well, you know, I do. I do snorkel. I see all the fish and the seaweed and the coral. I know all that. And she said, yes, so make it up, you know. What does he do all day? What does he think about? And I thought, okay, so I made up this wonderful story, and I made up wonderful pictures. And we all told our stories that night at dinner. And I thought my story was the best. And of course, all my siblings thought their stories were the best. And after we did the dishes that night, my mother pulled out this book, this wonderful book. And she read to us the story that this other man had read. And it was called, of course, Moby Dick. And his story was so much better than all of our stories, but especially mine. And I saw that night that I had to really do even better, to really rise above. And I also realized that words and stories just dovetailed with visuals, and that was so important. And that was the first time that really made it for me. And after that, I became really connected with words and visuals. And from then on, they've always connected everything with me. And I read constantly, and that feeds everything I do visually. And now you'll see that. Now that you know me, now that you've been to my studio, you'll see the connection between fiction and nonfiction. It doesn't matter. Words are the things that matter in my work. So thank you for coming to my studio.